And boys, we are back here with another Madden video. Today, what I got for y'all is going over my updated favorite ability setup post AP update. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILLA checkout for 5% off your order. Now we have 13 AP on offense, 16 AP on defense. Now we are going to get started with quarterback right here, where we're going to have two options, and it's either going to be the Jaden Daniels or the Josh Allen. I think they have the two best ability stacks in the game, and we can just use Jaden Daniels as an example. I've used Josh Allen before. At the same time as well, I do want to mention we're going to take a look at the 96 version of these cards too. They get the same abilities. So in this tier 3 bucket right here, I would go with the backyard quarterback, of course, for 1 AP. We would go gunslinger for 1 AP. Now something I do want to mention right here is a lot of people do like to run this set feet lead ability. Then after that, conductor, and of course the gift wrapped as well. Now this is like an all-out QB stack. This is 9 AP. What I'll say is I don't love the set feet lead. Like, you can definitely run it, and I understand why, but for me right now, we're going to take it off and we're just going to run this 4 AP stack. If you wanted to save a little bit of coins on the 96, it's literally just 1 AP. These are the two stacks I'd run on the quarterback. And again, I wanted to spotlight the 96 because obviously the 97s are a lot more coins. Now let's move the running back right here, where I think there's two people that are worthy to talk about. And again, this time we're going to say the 97 Saquon Barkley. It really doesn't matter though. You can go the 96. It's the same exact ability setup, and he gets 2 0 AP buckets right here, where I think they're super interesting. So I think in this bucket right here, you can go the human joystick, or like other things I like. I do like the backfield mismatch, of course, as well. Bulldozer, I think, is an okay like actual running back ability. And then this one right here, you have some interesting options like matchup nightmare in the pass game. You have reach for it, you have spin cycle, you have grab and go, goal line back, balance beam. Like, I'd probably go goal line back though right here, and I think grab and go is pretty nice. I think matchup nightmare is pretty nice in the pass game too, but I like goal line back, just making it a little bit easier to score in the red zone. Now the other running back that I think is worthy to talk about, of course, is going to be the green Marcus Allen right here. And the whole reason why he's here is he gets a star and X factor of angry runs for 4 AP. And again, if you want to run something like this is why it's important to not run the set feed lead on the quarterback, because now you get angry runs on your running back that starts on, and we can subtract 5 AP right now from the setup right here, and we would have 5 AP to still spend. Again, keep in mind we do have 2 quarterbacks with abilities. We're gonna go ahead and take off Josh Allen's abilities right here, just so we don't get confused later, right? And we kind of already talked about the 96s, of course, so we still have 5 AP to spend if we did want to run angry runs. Now I do want to talk about receivers right here, where wide receiver 1 we are going to have Randy Moss, of course. Now Randy Moss right here does get some good 0 AP abilities. Like, I would probably go the human joystick and the red zone threat for 0, just to not spend AP. This card also gets a great 1 AP ability, and I think short and elite for 1 AP. Love that on receivers. That's like the man beater. You get red zone threat to throw some like high balls to him with, and then human joystick just helps a little bit after the catch as well. Love this Randy Moss card. And then a wide receiver 2 and wide receiver 3, we're gonna get, I don't want to say weird right here, but I want to talk about these cards because it's gonna be pretty similar to what I said about Randy Moss. It's gonna be Devontae Smith and Reggie Wayne. Now these cards are here for a very specific reason. We look at his player specific abilities. When you upgrade them, rack them up for 2 AP is something that is extremely runnable, and I understand why you would. Same thing for Smith with double me. Now the reason why you would run double me and also rack them up on these cards is these are 2 things that can beat the bottleneck press, and it's not the user press that people do with bottleneck, but the thing is, if they're running bottlenecks, they're going to be pressing more than 1 receiver, and having that on 2 receivers makes it to where you can't press 2 of your receivers. You can get some insta beat press animations, so I think that is very, very nice, like the double me and the rack 'em up on Reggie Wayne. Now you don't have to run that, like I said. If you don't want to run that on the receivers, I would definitely just go with like a 0 AP mid in, and then like a 1 AP short in, and then on Devontae Smith right here, again, if you don't want to run the double me, you can also run different receivers as well. You could go the 0 AP jukebox, and then again the 1 AP short in. But again, just wanted to cover these guys because of the fact that they can get those X factors that can help beat the bottlenecks. Tight end right here, you do have a lot of options like who you could run. I'd probably just say Kyle Pitts, like no theme team, is really, really good if you upgrade him all the way, and player specific abilities can get mid out elite, can get short and elite for 1 AP. The short and elite is really big on the tight end in my opinion. Like, that's really what we want. So yeah, we're just gonna run the short end on Kyle Pitts. Now I will say one thing, I don't like running this Marcus Allen X factor for one reason and one reason only, because this is my favorite ability setup right here. The short ends on receivers and tight end to help beat the man coverage that may struggle a little bit for bottleneck, but I think one of the best things you can do on the offensive line, man, get pass protectors at every single spot, or edge protectors, same thing. Like on Chris Henry right here, we can run edge protector all day, and then also I feel like you have to run this omniscient ability for 1 AP, like you just have to. So 1 AP player right here, all day edge protector, and also omniscient. Love that. Now on the flip side of things, we have to play someone out of position. It was either Hinton or Tyron Smith, and Tyron Smith, very expensive, but if we're talking about best abilities, he gets the 0 AP pass protector, which is really, really nice. And yeah, that's really why he's here. He gets 0 AP pass protector. Love that. We're again going to have to play someone out of position if we want the best possible ability. And I just said Jake Matthews. And for me, the reason why he's here, 1 AP pass protector. These are going to do a good job for us to double or nothings, the edge threats, the unstoppable forces, just trying to win off the jump. At center right here, we are going to have Kevin Mawai. And this card gets a pretty crazy stack where we can go all day. And I would say post up on the center over linchpin and identifier. And then at the same time as well, this is another card that does get the 1 AP pass protector. So yeah, that's what we're running on Kevin Mawai. And at right guard right here, we could go Larry Little. I just feel like he's small. I will say Cam Jurgens can definitely be on here too, because he's a little bit bigger of a player. We can keep this one in position with Larry Little right here. And yeah, he's going to be a right guard. And again, he gets the natural talent for 0, and he can also get the pass protector for 1 AP. That is why he's here. And yeah, this is what the offense side of the ball is looking like. Now with this right here, we do have an additional 1 AP point. And for me, what I do is I just run the 96 quarterback, like spend 1 more AP, save a lot of coins there. Or also as well, what you can do is you can just run the rack 'em up on Reggie Wayne, and then you have someone that can insta beat the bottleneck man press. Yeah, this is my favorite setup right here. And again, if you aren't running the pass protectors, you can run things like the Marcus Allen X Factor. You can run the double me, the rack 'em up on Devontae Smith. But yeah, this was pretty much everything that I did want to cover on the offense side of the ball. Let's go to defense. Where on defense, I feel like you have like 3 different ways you can really play the game, and we're going to start out with the all avalanche based defense. It's like at strong safety right here, we can have John Lynch that gets avalanche. We can have Cooper DeJean right here that gets avalanche. We can also have this Ty Law card right here that does the green Ty Law. He also gets that avalanche ability. Linebackers, we now have 3 linebackers that can get it, with Von Miller, the green card, being one. Von Miller's green card, he gets the pre-lit avalanche as well. Middle linebacker, we have Rodrigo. We also have Brian Crushing as well. And what I would do is I would play like Cooper DeJean in like the slot, move John Lynch down to like a CB spot, and then you now have 6 players on defense that can get avalanche. 0 AP on Von Miller, 0 AP on Ty Law, 2 AP on Rodrigo, 3 AP on Brian Crushing, that would be 5 AP, 3 AP on Cooper DeJean, that would be 8, and also 2 AP on John Lynch, 10 AP, and that'd be 10 out of your 16 AP. What I would do with that is then surround like some zone knockouts, like mid-zone, 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 and then like another mid-zone player right here, potentially mid-zone on the linebackers. That's how I would round out the AP to get knockouts. I think that's something that's definitely runnable on defense, and I do want to talk about it, of course. And now we're going to remove all these guys from the lineup right here. And the other thing that I want to talk about, like just as like a base, is you can go like the all-out unstoppable forces. Like at left end, of course, we can go George Karlaftis right here, and we can run that 4 AP unstoppable force on him. And then there's like his pass rush duo. We can also go to Marcus Ware as well. That again, you can run this unstoppable force on. That would be 8 out of your 16 AP, and we can make that work with some mid zones everywhere. But what I will say is we're going to take this off right now, and now we're just going to go over what I like the best. Okay, I want to cover avalanche, I want to cover unstoppable forces, but this is what I like the best. At CB1 right here, someone that is going to stay on the team no matter what is going to be Deion Sanders for me. And for me, this card, I've talked about it a lot. It's the universal and also the pick artist combo for 3 AP. Every zone knockout, every man knockout, just every like reaction time in zone, reaction time in man. Awesome. Love Deion's card. Now, I do want to say as well, before we keep going, I do want to talk about also the Jalen Watson and Herb Adderley. If you guys want to run press man with bottleneck, these are your 2 corners right here too. And I didn't just want to skip over that. So yeah, if you want to run press man, Jalen Watson, Herb Adderley, I will say I think that defense is like 1 bottleneck away from being like insane. But yeah, you're kind of missing that 1 bottleneck right now. And CB2, we are going to have Cooper DeJean. Cooper DeJean, we talked about with the avalanche, of course, but this card is kind of crazy where he can get the deep zone knockout for 1. He can get the pick artist for 0 and also the mid zone knockout for 1 as well. Basically, everything he's going to react to is you cover it right here. You can also play this card at safety too with the deep zone, mid zone, but I think he's better as an outside corner. CB3, this is going to be a slot corner for us, and we're going to cover 2 slot corners because a lot of people run that dime/dollar defense. I think Herb Adderley has to be 1 because he can get the flat zone for 0. He can get that pick artist for 0 and also mid zone knockout for 0, or mid zone knockout for 1. My bad. I think he's just a great slot DB. And at CB4, my other favorite slot DB is going to be Mel Blount. Now Mel Blount, he gets some 0 AP abilities. Like he gets a Stonewall on top of pick artist. Like that's really why he's here. And then on top of that, you can run the mid zone for 1 as well right here. So yeah, that's what our CB room is looking like. Let's go to safety. We're at free safety right here. We're not going to talk about Brian Thomas Jr. because he's technically not out yet. At free safety, I'll be honest, I don't love the free safeties in this game. Like I'm not really too big of a fan of them. I like the strong safeties a lot more. Like at strong safety, we are going to go ahead and have Ken Houston, and I guess at the free safety we can go Ronnie Lott. Ronnie Lott's just going to be a 1 AP mid zone and also a 0 AP pick artist player for us. And then at the strong safety spot right here, Ken Houston, he gets 0 AP deep end. I'd run that. I'd go the mid zone for 1 and the pick artist for 0 right here. And then in tier 2, we can go the pick artist or again the mid zone for 1. And spending 1 AP, you get additional deep end. Love Ken Houston cards, love the way they play. And yeah, this is what our secondary is looking like. And in total on defense right now, we spent 9 out of our 16 AP. Let's talk about coverage players right here, where I mean, it's not really a coverage player, but James Harrison, I think he is just a beast from an ability standpoint. Because on top of that too, honestly, like I want to go no outsiders. I'm gonna go double or nothing, and then my favorite stack is gonna be double or nothing edge threat for 1 right, or for 2 AP right here. And this is really like a defensive end. Like he's not really an edge, like he's not really a pass coverage player for me. Love this card. And also at the same time too, we can talk about Karlaftis again, because my favorite stack on pass rusher, I like the edge threat and double or nothing a little bit more. So that's gonna be my duo right here, James Harrison and Karlaftis. And now we again have 4 AP to spend. And right outside linebacker, if we want more of a coverage player, we could go Oren Burks. I don't know how many coverage players you really want on this team, but he can get like the no outsiders for 0, the mid zone, and also lurk artist for 1 AP, which that's fine. Middle linebacker, we are going to have Junior Seau, of course, and Junior Seau gets defensive rally, gets secure tackler, and then you can run the lurk artist, and then you can run the mid zone knockout for 1 right here. Just get as many 0 AP abilities on him as possible. Junior Seau, middle linebacker 1, and at middle linebacker 2, we're going to have Ray Nitschke right here, a 0 AP player, where we can run the mid zone for 0, and then of course we can run the lurk artist for 0 as well. Love this Ray Nitschke card. At left outside linebacker, you do have some options. You'd have some options like DeMarcus Ware can be a pass rusher for you, like we talked about before. You kind of want more of a coverage player. There isn't really a great one in my opinion. Like this is a spot that like I probably wouldn't run anyone, but we could go like DeMarcus Ware, and then we can get another 0 AP defensive rally if we wanted that. So yeah, DeMarcus Ware can be right here. DT1 for me is going to be Chris Jones, and Chris Jones, he gets the El Toro for 0, and he can also get the double or nothing for 1. So I like that at the DT spot. And then DT2, if you wanted another player, I'd get another double or nothing player, potentially like Vince Wilfork with some 0 AP abilities. Yeah, you could just do that, and that could be your last ability setup. But right now we have 1 AP to spend, so yeah, we can do a 4 down lineman type of defense if you wanted to. Of course we could do defensive rally and then double or nothing for 1 AP right here too, and then that's all 16 of your AP. What you could do is too, because like you may only have 2 coverage linebackers, you could save the AP from Oren Burks and also Vince Wilfork if you aren't using them, and then you can stack like a flat zone on Mel Blount. You can try to get like a deep out on one of these guys up here. But yeah, this is my favorite ability setup on the defense. But again, I want to talk about the bottlenecks, the avalanches, and the unstoppable forces. And yeah, boys, this has been my favorite ability setup on both the offense and defense side of the ball. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the YouTube video today, man. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Madden 25 Ultimate Team content just like this. Now, if you guys do want to go and see me use these cards live on stream, have been streaming over on the Twitch. To watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.